Guys, we're recording this for documentation. So that's why. Yeah, for documentation. We're recording this. So we're gonna give everyone else 4 minutes before we start the proper session. So who would like to go first in introducing themselves? Sino nga yung nag-ano kanina? Si Cloud C, ano? Cloud C, could you just maybe in 3 lines say where you're from, what kind of art do you do? Is it landscape? Is it anime? Is it colored? Is it black and white? You know, express yourself. There's some opportunities for collaboration here as well. Kasi sometimes pag nakita nyo yung mga fellow artists nyo na baka meron silang opportunity for you to collab, then you can do that as well. Ryzen, great evening to you. Magandang gabi.
Yes, pwede kang mag-unmute. You can.
Hello. Oh, okay.
Hey, Cloud C.
Good evening.
Hello and good evening po. My name is Cloud C. Actually, it's my artist name. I currently live in the Philippines, aka Quezon City, and I focus more on digital art, mainly on cartoons and lineless art. So yeah, it's nice to meet you all.
Nice to meet you.
Nice, thank you, Cloud C. You mentioned cartoons and wineless art. What's that word?
Lineless art po. I'm not sure if everyone is familiar with the term, but if I'm not mistaken, lineless art focuses more of like it doesn't use lines as much. I mean, it's sort of similar to line art, but it doesn't show it doesn't show the lines itself. I hope that makes sense. But yeah, lineless art focuses more on colors rather than
Boundaries.
rather than the technical part. I
Yeah.
hope that makes sense. But yeah.
I guess so. Parang instead of focusing on the boundaries, there's like some very hazy boundaries among the lines. Does that make sense?
Yes, but sort of like that.
Yeah, sort of. Parang ganun din eh. Yung definition natin parang wala din siyang definite boundary. So at least that we can look it up actually. We can ask Mr.
Yes,
Google,
but
right? So we should just read between the lines.
yes, but I hope I was able to explain, but you can look you can search it up on the web.
Yeah, definitely. In fact, later on, we're going to have our own platform where you can exhibit your works, and then you can just have your signatures there. It depends on the lower right or lower left, whether you're right-handed or left-handed or ambidextrous. So definitely, because artists are creators, and artists can be undervalued, but artists have profound impact on culture, society, history, and everything. So yun. So we have deep respect for artists, and that's why we're here. In fact, we are looking for opportunities to express ourselves creatively, and we're here to assist you with that to the best of our ability. But we also would like to establish proper expectations, because we don't want others to over expect or like have some maybe unrealistic na mga fantasies. So we're going to address that as well. Although the opportunity is pretty big, you may have already have an idea of what we're going to talk about, NFTs. So again, guys, here's the thing. Okay, I guess we're starting here now because it's 9:06, right? So once again, thanks everyone for coming. We truly appreciate the privilege that you're giving us that is sharing with us your precious time. But again, we're here to establish expectations and also some opportunities. So we all know, let me just start, Andy, okay? We all know that, also guys, please admit, Andy, please admit the ones who are coming, if you don't mind, thanks. And
Will do.
also, yeah,
Sige.
if Jen could also do that for us, para lang tuloy-tuloy tayo, if she can admit other people who are still coming. Yeah.
Yes, that's true.
Okay, so guys, let me know from the chat. There's a saying, the only thing that is constant in this world is change. Wouldn't you agree? Maybe you can go a thumbs up, right? Just for some interactive, like let's say like this. Yeah,
Agree.
thank you very much, Andrew. I appreciate that. Yeah. So change, right? Change is constant. Paradoxically, constancy, change is the constant thing. So when it comes to technology, change is very fast paced, right? So I guess virtually everyone, like no pun intended, we're virtually meeting here, but virtually all technology is so fast paced na sometimes it makes us crazy how fast it can be, you know. Especially it's exacerbated by the COVID-19 pandemic na last year, di ba? Remember nyo, March 15, right? Who cannot forget that date, di ba? Last year, 2020. So they say in hindsight 2020, parang ganon. Hindsight is always 2020. It's so clear pa, no? March 15. That's when the lockdown set in. We were so like a deer in the headlights, parang what am I gonna do? Like those who have jobs have just had their bread and butter cut off. The world was in turmoil. Even other countries have also suffered a lot, but especially here in the Philippines. Pero yung advantage lang natin, I guess, is because we are a community-based na culture, which means sama-sama, you know, bayanihan, tulong-tulong. So ganon. Yeah, you agree, right? Jason Ferrer, Sebastian, you agree. So that's our culture here, by the way. We agree. It's an agriculture. By the way, guys, I'm a frustrated comedian, so just bear with my jokes. Sometimes it's not funny, but it's okay. You don't have to laugh, actually. But I think it's part of being expressing ourselves, right, as artists. Because as artists, we have different forms of art. Eh, tumawa si Rich. Oy, Rich, sabi ko bawal tumawa, ba't tumawa ka? So as artists, we express our, I start din, no? Parang talo yan kasi tumawa eh. As artists, we have different forms. Dancers are artists, singers, especially fine artists, digital art. This is the most respected avenue or expression of art. Because when you think of art, what do you think, diba? Michelangelo, Da Vinci, it's usually visual when you say like that. So my point is that my art is not visual but verbal. So yun lang, mahilig lang talaga ako mag-communicate. Kaya I'm just using this opportunity, using my art as well to inspire others, make others laugh, and also convey some opportunities such as blockchain technology. So I guess most of us are here. How many are we totally? 22? Yeah, I guess that's sizable enough. So okay, we've established that fact not change is constant. Technology is changing, even not just in software, but if you've heard of obsolescence in hardware, when you buy a phone right now, in a couple of years, parang old na siya, di ba? Kasi sa sobrang steep ng rate of change and in improvement. Yung phone mo ngayon after 4 years, parang halos na maka-download ng mga latest na mga apps. So ganun ka fast-paced. Yes, definitely needs to update. Daniel. If you've heard of, well, let me address. Sometimes when there's new technology, it's misunderstood, it's exploited by scammers. It has gotten a bad rap or a bad name, and but it doesn't mean that it's not legit. Okay, so for example, in the 90s, they would say na, "Oh, what is this internet thing? Like who would think that he would buy books online, no, when Amazon was still in its infancy?" But Jeff Bezos, the richest guy in the world, he owns Amazon. In his day, he had a vision na people would buy online virtually all commodities, even services. And there were many skeptics, there were many non-believers. They would say, nah, why would I buy a book, or why would I buy wine, or why would I buy diapers online when they were used to buying them offline? So no one believed the internet, but of course they were proved wrong, because in the year 2000s, internet came, Google came, YouTube came, and all these other social media came, and right now we cannot imagine our lives without these things. Wouldn't you agree? Can you imagine? Right?
Agree.
Right, Zen? Diba?
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm just having a reference here historically. Now, as we move on with our lives, there will be new solutions, technological solutions to our problems, so to speak. And may dumadaan na tricycle. Pasensya na. Okay. Buti walang grab car. Ano lang. Sa probinsya, grab car baw. Sabi nila. Wala na lang grab car ngayon kasi pandemic. So it's the same goes with blockchain technology. Andy, if you could show just share your screen on near protocol. The what do you call it? The logo, right? So blockchain came, and it's disrupting different industries, especially the financial industry. We understand there's so many scams when you say Bitcoin, scam yan, or crypto, scam yan. Of course, we do not deny that there were many scammers before, even up to now. That's why we need to be very careful, and we need to educate ourselves when it comes to this new technology. Because if you don't understand how it works, then someone who is like a scammer can persuade you into doing what they want, and then kung hindi mo alam kung anong ginagawa mo, then who knows, you will lose a lot of like maybe your reputation or your hard-earned money and everything. So we are near Protocol Philippines. Near Protocol is a network. It's pretty much like Ethereum and the Bitcoin network, pero it's a more advanced na technology, because it doesn't mean na nauna yung Bitcoin or Ethereum. It doesn't mean na sila na yung cutting edge. Of course, they're the most popular, right? And I'm not putting them down. In fact, I'll give you an example. Sino dito yung mga taga Luzon? If you can raise your hands by show of hands, yung mga taga Luzon. Of course, we're all from the 7,000. Oh, yung daming taga Luzon, majority taga Luzon, di ba? Okay. Ganito yon, guys. If you're familiar with BGC, sino familiar sa BGC? Thumbs up. Bonifacio Global City in Taguig. Oh, yun, si Bebs, alam niya. Si Tiffany, alam niya din. Yeah. Diba, pag pumunta kayo sa BGC, diba, parang you're in Singapore, diba? Like, wow, look at all these different buildings, and diba? It's so modern. It's so sino may nag-X? Kita ko may nag-X. Sino 'yun? Hindi pa niya nakita. Sino 'yun? Baka mali lang. Nakiano lang. Anyway, guys. So if you're familiar with BGC in Taguig, Andy, if you can look it up, BGC Taguig, no, just for the benefit of our, no, just Google it and the images, Bonifacio Global City. Ang ganda dun, guys. Of course, I think almost everyone has have been there, no. But BGC, you would not think that you're in the Philippines, because when you say you're in the Philippines, parang sabi nila, parang like, you know, old country, very countryside, parang rural area. Pero when you go to BGC, you would think, now, am I in Singapore or am I in New York City? So this is just an illustration. My point is, Bitcoin and Ethereum is like the city of Manila, lungsod ng Maynila. Okay? Nauna yung lungsod ng Maynila sa BGC. Tama? Now, here's the point. When outsiders think of the Philippines, what comes to their mind? Is it Manila or BGC? So let's do some interactive. Heart for Manila and thumbs up for BGC. Okay, here's the question, guys, just for interactive purposes. When foreigners think of the Philippines, what comes to their mind? Is it City of Manila or BGC? Heart is for Manila, BGC is non-heart. Okay. So right, guys, right? I think the majority says that it's Manila. So when foreigners think, I would like to go to the Philippines. Of course, I don't know any other city there. Of course, Manila is the capital. But here's the thing. Manila is the oldest, one of the oldest, well, not the oldest, that's why one of the oldest. It's an old city. It's the most popular, but which is more advanced? Heart Manila and thumbs up BGC, which is more high tech? Heart Manila, thumbs up BGC. Ayun, nag-answer sila. Okay, yan. Okay. I see a lot of thumbs up. So you see the point there, guys. Just because nasikat yung Manila, it doesn't mean na yun yung pinaka-efficient. Kasi 'di ba, City of Manila ngayon, ang traffic, ang liit ng mga kalsada, you know, hindi masyadong naplano kasi nga several decades na siya na old, several decades old na city, no? But sikat siya, of course. When it comes to efficiency, sa BGC, may proper plumbing, yung mga traffic lights are cutting edge, fiber optic ready yung mga buildings. It's really good if you want to conduct business there. If you want to start an office, BGC is the cutting edge. But Manila is sikat, nauna siya, pero hindi nga siya naplano na mabuti kasi nga sa change very rigid siya, di ba? Kasi kung magwa-widen sila ng road, parang ang hirap, di ba? Kasi may mga naka-position na ng mga buildings doon. So you see the point there? Yung BGC na plano siya, na kumbaga may city planning, may urban planning, may mga consultants, may mga architect. So naplano talaga siya. That's why smooth yung traffic. It's very well planned. It's more open space and everything. So why am I saying this? It's the same. Isang napindot ko. Okay lang yun. Lahat tayo nagkakamali. But anyway, guys, don't take ourselves seriously here. We want to set up a culture na relax lang, parang be yourself, you know, nothing's so serious here. So that's the kind of culture we're trying to establish here. So going back to my point, Andy, could you show the NEAR protocol, please? NEAR protocol is a new hybrid of blockchain network na parang BGC siya kasi sa Ethereum at saka sa Bitcoin, medyo hindi sila masyado makascale kasi older technology nga siya More than 10-year technology na siya. Parang City of Manila, ang traffic congested, mahal ng gas fees. Gas fee is a very technical term, but as you stay with us here, it has something to do with NFT art as artists. You need to know this phrase, gas fees. Okay, so as you can see here, this sounds like a foreign language, a developer friendly sharded. What is sharded? Parang like what? Carded or shared? Proof of stake. Anong stake yan? Beef steak or what? Beef steak? Public blockchain. Bakit ano yun? May private blockchain din, everything. You don't have to worry about that, guys. We're just showing you here what it is. Pero okay, so this is all technical. Pero why are we here? Okay, so what does this have to do with me as an artist? Like, why do I have to understand these things? Well, because of this. We'll show you paras. Andy, please show them. Now, this is the most interesting thing. If you could show them some of the arts, please. Some of the yun. Ito yung tinatawag na NFT art, guys. By the way, you don't have to understand everything tonight, but that's why we're here. We're conducting this every week para lang magkaroon tayo ng education-based na workshop. Okay? So, tingnan nyo, ito, ano Andy, stop with the rose there, 7.5 near, dun sa taas. Or let's say, yan. Ayan, yung babae. Yung one near. Okay. So, itong art na to, nasa blockchain siya ngayon, and then yung creator niya or yung artist, we don't know where this artist is from, right? Maybe he's Pinoy or not. By the way, international to. Yung price na nilagay niya is 1 near, and then that's equivalent to $3.53. Okay? So kasi ganyan ngayon yung value ng ating coin as a near token, yung crypto natin. Kasi merong Bitcoin, merong Tether, merong Ethereum, meron ding near. Okay, so we're transacting in near tokens here. And if you can find any card that you would like to explore, just to show our kabayan ng mga artists on. Oh wow, Fito Squid, I like that. Fito Squid is one of the top artists on Paras. This artist is amazing. He's from Bacolod. So titingnan natin yung creation niya. Yeah, just look him up
Parang
first.
wala. Hold on, let me look for him.
Yeah, just look him up. You can stop your screen for now if you want. Who among you here have heard the word NFT? You can react in whatever way you want. You can heart, you can okay. Oh, okay. So marami na rin ano, NFT. So NFT means non-fungible token. You don't have to understand that right now. Pero yung art online, yun na lang yun. Kasi medyo technical siya. We don't have to go into the details. So NFT means non-fungible token, and pinaka-hot ngayon is yung digital art na visual nga siya. It has a lot of, when you say NFT, it's not just digital art na visual. Right now, music can also be NFT. So this is an example of Fito Squid. He's been with Paras how long, Andy? I think for a few months, no?
I think more than, about 6 months na siya. Nandito sa Paras.
Okay. So this artist is from Bacolod. We have interviewed him in fact. Look up our Near Protocol Philippines na YouTube, by the way, guys. That could be a resource for you to educate yourself on blockchain. Near Protocol Philippines, subscribe and then like our videos there. So ito yung creation niya. But it doesn't mean na nagagayahin nyo to, guys. You can just do your own art. But we're not also saying that everyone can be on Paras, because Paras is partner with Near, and they have their own process lang din on onboarding. So look at the prices that Fito Squid is selling his arts for. Like that one, Andy, yung may 100 Near. That's about $353 US dollars. If we can examine that card, if you don't mind, please. Yeah. So flip it, please. You can flip it. Yun. So, yun. Collector to, no? Collection, legendary beings.
Yeah, collection to.
Yeah. So, Fetus Squid has created this collection called Legendary Beings, and then yung pangalan is Bad the Destroyer. Ayan. May ano siya, may description siya. It's not just any art. You notice here, guys, yung NFT na to, you create more meaning by describing it. What's the story behind it? So if I were to read, no, just basahin ko lang please bear with my English. Sabi dyan, the conqueror of the world, and the world was named after her. Known as the god of destruction, she is the youngest sister of Anura, who led the Fallens in the war of two kings during the era of the beginning. Upon her conquest, her empire expands to almost the entirety of Maelstrom and killed a third of the total mortal population. She's so powerful that Anura created floating continents to save the people. So, storyteller din kasi si Fetus eh. Yeah, right. The lore behind the things. But here, ilan yung create niya, Andy? Ilan yung minint niya? 3 pieces, right? Tatlo lang. And he can mint however much he wants, right? Pwede niya gawing 10 but ginawa niya ng limit lang, 3 pieces, okay? So, what else? What else do we have there? Walang history, di ba? Could you find some cards that has a lot of history of ownership? If you don't mind, just you can close your for now, your share screen. That's the reason why we're here, everyone. Okay, so you can be part of this, but essentially you're here to educate yourself about blockchain and cryptocurrency. Kasi you really have to understand like the details of it, but don't be intimidated as well, because all of us, lahat naman tayo ay dumaan sa beginners, di ba? Even Einstein had to start from scratch, pero nagpatuloy lang siya. Hindi naman ibig sabihin na Einstein tayong lahat, ano? But the point is, if we just continue our education, education is a never-ending kasi, di ba? It's a never-ending process, di ba, guys? Just because we have graduated 9 university doesn't mean that we should stop educating or learning. Does that make sense? In fact, a lot of the important learnings happens after university, di ba? Yung mga hard lessons in life dyan, yung mga hugot dyan, so, yung mga learnings nyo sa mga romantic experiences nyo, yung mga hard-earned learnings, yung mga hands-on talaga eh. School of hard knocks, diba? So, point is, we are here, we're near Protocol Philippines, and we would like to bring this technology and opportunity to the Filipinos, especially digital artists. But if you're not a digital artist, that's okay still. It's okay. You know why? Because you can transition later on. The point is, alam lang natin kung ano yung nasa horizon when it comes to the marketplace sa art. If that makes sense. Kasi like if you're doing what you have been doing, can you expect a different result? Yes or no? Yes is a thumbs up, no is thumbs down. Here's the question. If you keep on doing what you have been doing all these years, can you expect a different result? Yes or no? Oh, I think I'm making myself unclear. I don't know how to formulate this question, in fact. So, can you expect a different result sa art nyo if you will still do the same things that you've been doing all your life? Can you expect a different result or just the same result? No, that's a no, right? Diba? So, okay. So I guess that I formulated my question but I guess you get the point na if we want a different result, then we must change our methods then. I mean, not totally change perhaps, but just try to modify it a little bit. Okay. So here's the thing. Here's the tier of it, the level. kung non-digital artist ka, okay lang din, right? You use your canvas or whatever, Manila paper or whatever art. Basta mahilig ka lang talaga ma-express yourself. Keep it up. That's the first na nasa bottom. Now let's go to the next. If you're a digital artist, then you sell your art, for example, on different platforms. Maybe showcase it on Instagram or where else? Saan pa ba? Comment lang saan pa yung ibang mga platforms na ini-exhibit nyo yung mga arts nyo? Just comment down below. Instagram, saan pa? Facebook, yes, ArtStation, Twitter, yeah, of course, Twitter, right? Right. YouTube, hindi naman siguro, hindi naman video eh. O talenthouse.com, ang dami, di ba? So I guess that the professionals here know where to put their arts on, di ba? My point is, now if you want a different result, then you should try other means as well. That makes sense. So for example, option A, this is what you've been doing, and this is the result. Option A din. Result A, option A. Now, there's another avenue. What should you do? Should you stick to your option A and expect a different result? Or should you try to educate yourself little by little, get to know it, maybe from a distance? Like you say, from a distance, ano ba yan? Okay, I've heard about that. Maybe I'll try to do research. Look it up in the dictionary, go to the library. But I think that a lot of us here are online, digital naman, may mga smartphones. Then you can Google it, or you can YouTube it. Kasi YouTube is owned by Google din eh. So you can do your research on YouTube then explain sa'yo. Maybe sometimes in Tagalog, baka may mga resource pa tayo, what is NFT in Tagalog, okay? My question here, how about traditional sketch X digital artwork, naka-mixed media po? Pasok pa din po ba siya sa category? How would you answer that, Andy? By the way,
Yeah.
Andy is also an artist on Paras. Para lang for context. You can answer that, Andy.
Meron naman siyang digital artwork eh. So I think pasok naman siya sa category na yan.
Yeah, okay. Right. All right. So, pagod na ako sa pagsasalita. Sino magvo-volunteer na magpatuloy? Ayun na muna ako. Okay, Andy is showing us here. What do we have here, Andy? Could you take over for a bit and explain?
Okay, good evening guys. So ito po, this is another art ni Peter Squid, yung pinakita namin yung kanina, with artist from Bacolod. And actually, this is, I think, ilang pieces na to? 11 pieces. He created this on Paras. He minted this art on Paras, 11 pieces. At he put it on sale for 19 years. So 19 year ngayon is about, multiply that by 3, mga roughly $270. Yan. And yeah, about two people. Makikita nyo dito, at least two people bought that artwork from Peter Squid. So 118 year. It's about roughly more or less around $500 to $600 na earn niya in just selling those two artworks.
But at that time, it was not. What was the prevailing exchange rate for NIR at that time? I think it was like 6 months ago. So can you translate that? Kasi bumaba ngayon si NIR. So at that time, could you maybe, let's peg it at $5.5. How much per art?
So 5 months ago, yes, NIR was about yung value ni NIR was about 5.5, let's say. Roughly 5.5 to 6. So if he sold yung dalawang artworks na yan, he's gonna have 118 year. And yung value ng 118 year at that time was about $990. Multiply mo yan by 48. So just by selling those two artworks alone, naka almost 50K na siya. 50K pesos.
That's just one card. And please, Andy, if you could go through the ownership process there of what that means in the history, please. Thanks.
So yeah, ngayon makikita nyo dito, 3 owners of this card. Tatlong owner, si Tito Squid, at yung dalawang bumili ng cards. Yeah.
But maybe they may ask, Andy, no? But okay, yeah. Okay, so that's his style. But my style is different. Can I also make NFT cards na sold sa paras na baka landscape lang or some other style? Maybe if you could show them na as long as it's art, not necessarily ganyan talaga, no? Yung the
Yung diversity.
the diversity, kung ano man yung mga
Yeah, so makikita nyo naman dito guys, no? Sa marketplace, ito yung marketplace ni Paras. Kahit ano lang na type of art yung pinupost at yung minimint dito nila. Different artists. I think one artist lang ito. Different style. And yeah, pretty much kahit ano lang. Ito, parang unique. Ito yung art style niya. Yeah, same guy. Isang tao lang ito. So, could be anything from 3D modeling to just, painting, abstract, portraits. So, kahit ano lang. Ito. Yeah, kahit ito. I don't know what this is, but yeah, apparently he posted it as art.
Maybe you can show them the most bizarre or weird na parang like let's say balloon or basta ang dami kasi diyan eh, 'di ba? Like anything that you know that like however you want to express yourself. Oh, may donut oh, you know. May sushi. Sushi ba 'yan? Yeah. Also the royalty, Andy, yan yung labanan ngayon eh. Kasi sa blockchain, in-honor nila yung royalty. What does that mean, Andy? If you could explain.
I guess as an artist, alam niyo naman guys, you're at least some of you are familiar with royalty. So like for example, you sold an artwork for 100 near, tapos you put your royalty 10%. Tapos yung bumili ng artwork mo, let's say somebody bought your artwork for 100 near. Tapos he sold it for to another person. So yung transaction nila, he sold that for 100 near to another person. You get 10% of that transaction, the amount.
What if it's a higher price? Let's say he sold it for, kasi let's say 2 years down the road, naging sikat na yung artist na yun. Then the value now is let's say $500.
So you get royalty forever for all your artworks as long as it's yours now. Na 10%, for example, you put it at 10% royalty. So whoever buys your artwork from wherever, you will always get 10% royalties from all of the transactions that is done with your art. Parang passive income siya.
Yeah. Kasi ngayon, kung traditional ka or digital ka, one time lang eh, di ba? One time lang. Let's say, I heard na some artists would exhibit it on Instagram and then they can order on Shopee even or Lazada, right? Is that true, everyone? Let's just please the thumbs up if you agree na can you sell your art on Lazada or Shopee or what? Where else? Maybe sa Carousel. Yeah, like any digital marketplace, right? Diba? So, but that's non-blockchain. That's non-blockchain, traditional, digital, not decentralized. Okay. Again, there's so many technical terms here, but again, stick with us and you're gonna be familiar with the kumbaga, mga technical terms, no, as they are being used repeatedly. So, yun yung royalty, passive income talaga yun. As um, well, kung binenta mo siya sa Pasig, it's passive income, di ba? Kung doon mo siya binenta. But essentially, it's passive income in a sense na tumawa si Jason sa Pasig income. Kasi marami nang bebenta ng art niyan sa Pasig eh. Kaya pwede yun. But the point is, blockchain technology has allowed smart contracts to execute the royalties in perpetuity. Ayun, nagra-rhyme na yun ha. Parang nagra-rapping na tayo ngayon. So if you want to sell your art with a royalty, you're going to receive a lot of income in perpetuity. Ayun. Perpetual. Forever. Ayun, may forever. May forever ba sa blockchain? Of course, may forever. Right. What else? Once again, we still have a few minutes because we promised there 9 to 10. Here's the mechanics. Since we say it's 9 to 10, after we finish, those who have some things to do, mga students, may mag-aaral pa kayo, you can jump off. It's okay lang. But to those who would like to stay for more clarification, for networking, and then for asking us further questions, you can stay behind, okay? But we're gonna have this regularly every Thursday, and then you can ask your questions on our Facebook page para lang makompile natin, when we can address them right away, right there and then. Do you guys have any questions right now that is outstanding? Any questions that comes to your mind, you can chat us. So quick question lang po, paano po mag-transfer yung cryptocurrency sa bank account? Kailangan po ba ng Visa card? Or at paano po ba pag walang bank account? So that's a very good question, in fact. Thanks, Daniel. We appreciate the question. Nanalo ka ng best question for the night. And then yung award mo is an answer from Andy. Tumawa si Aichan. Yay, let's celebrate. Andy, would you like to answer that?
Okay, I will try my best. So as a person who also did yung crypto art na yan dun sa Paras, I also ran into that question, no, na okay, I earned some near by selling yung artworks ko. So how do I liquidate my funds or turn them into solid cash talaga? So yung ginawa ko, it's a bit yung process is a bit parang tedious kasi you have to have an account in one of the cryptocurrency exchanges. Yung one of the most popular exchanges ngayon, I think some of you have heard Binance. Have you heard of Binance? Anyone? You can like react Binance, type ko. Yeah, so Binance is a cryptocurrency exchange. It's very popular. A lot of people actually use it even here in dito sa Philippines. So what I did was yung near ko, the near I earned from my artworks dun sa Paras, tinransfer ko dun sa Binance. And yung si Binance, yung exchange na yan, it has an option to liquidate your funds. Or in simple terms na lang, to transfer your cryptocurrency into actual cash via bank transfer, or kung wala kayong bank, pwedeng GCash. It's possible to transfer your funds from Binance to GCash or Binance to Paymaya. So that's one way you can actually earn your money, like physical money from your art dun sa Paras.
Yes, salamat Andy. Yeah. Oh, happy si Daniel, oh, di ba? So you got your prize, an answer from Andy. There you go. That's an award for your question. Pero essentially guys, ito kasi si cryptocurrency, merong decentralized exchanges where it happens yung US dollars, peso into cryptocurrency. Anyways, once again, you stay with us here. We're gonna create tutorial videos by Andy. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. We expect, ilan ba tayo dito? 22, okay? Minus yung 4 kami, that's 18. So dapat may bagong 18 subscriber within the week. Kung wala, hindi kami mag-release ng video. Magtatampo kami. Joke lang. PayPal. Andy, do you think that's possible sa PayPal? If they can, does PayPal, na ba, honor near or Bitcoin pa lang?
I think PayPal has honors cryptocurrency in general na hindi lang po ako sure if they honor yung peso to cryptocurrency to peso. Kasi I know na USD cryptocurrency to USD pwede na. But yeah, that's a good question din actually. So we're going to look that up if possible na yung crypto to peso via PayPal, and then we're going to get back.
Yeah. Also, guys, what was I gonna say? Again, what we've shown you, Andy, if you can show the paras, please. What we've shown you is to show you the reality of where you can, what you can achieve, just like Fetus Squid. Okay. The blockchain technology has really disrupted the finance and the arts because wala nang centralized system, it's decentralized na talaga. So peer-to-peer siya. Yung mga bumili dyan, hindi mo alam minsan kung sino yung bumili kasi nga yung mga names nila in wallets are there also their pseudonyms. So parang French ba yung bumili yun or is a Arabian na crypto collector. So what we're saying here is just to establish expectation kasi si Paras they only filter yung mga pumapasok na artists sa kanila. So again guys, just because you're an artist doesn't mean na pwede kang mag-deploy kaagad with Paras, okay? But does that mean na wala na ba tayong hope? Ang daming bumili daming bumili niya na no? Oh.
Yeah, this is a special card, I think.
Ilan yung niya, minint niya, if you don't mind, sa info?
Oh, ang daming transactions siguro. Oh, there you go.
May mga questions tayo lining up. We're gonna address your questions, guys. We're just bringing up some important points here. Ilan yung minint niya? It's a dynamic art, no? Dun sa
I think this is a special giveaway by Paras.
By Paras.
Yung card na to. Yeah.
Okay. Does that mean na hopeless na ba tayo pag hindi tayo natanggap sa Paras? Right? That's a good question, right? Oh, I'm so sad now. Hindi. I need sympathy. Like Paras did not they did not admit me. I need some parasympathetic nervous system, whatever. No, I don't think so. May hope pa rin tayo kasi Paras is just one of the platforms on the blockchain. Okay. What we're trying to do here is to create awareness for artists of the presence of blockchain technology to enable artists to sell their art, but at the same time to also educate you guys using Near Protocol as the layer 1 solution blockchain network. So I guess we should address some of the questions here. What is it? Isart, right? Paano po mag-start sa Paras yung mga interested? Not sure if na-discuss na po or di-discuss pa lang someday, but yeah. He. Thank you po. Late ba si Isart kaya hindi siya sayang, hindi mo naabutan, na-discuss na namin. Sorry, forever gone, lost. Joke lang. That's what we're gonna discuss, I guess, Andy. Do we have a video of that, Andy, of the onboarding of Paras or wala pa?
Wala pa.
Wala pa, sa whitelisting,
Yeah, wala pa.
But essentially, Paras onboards about 15 artists a week.
Yes,
right?
yes. So, I think we can answer yung dalawang questions dito kasi they're basically the same thing, no? Paras has a whitelisting procedure. Hold on, let me share. Kung makikita nyo dito sa ilalim ng website nila, if you go to paras.id, ito yung website, dito sa ilalim, like sa lower right, there will be a apply as an artist hyperlink dito. So you can click that and it will direct you to a Google Doc. your form. So you will need kasi they are kind of rigid naman, they have standards. So kailangan mo ng art portfolio to be if you already have, that's good. Pero if you don't have, maybe you can start na kasi they will require that you have an art portfolio to show. Kasi they're not just going to accept kahit sino lang. And also if you have like a social media account kung saan where you post your work, your art, they will also check that.
And then Andy, they can put the defund that near yung ating full fund dun sa account, yung referral.
Referral, yeah.
Yeah. Guys, although this is not our main talaga concern, but if you want to apply for paras, you can put the defund that near, and if you can type that out para lang malagay dun sa common fund ng Near Philippines, gagamitin natin kasi baka may referral fee si paras kung galing sa atin, di ba? But again, we don't impose that actually. But kasi sayang din pag nag-apply sila na walang referral fee na hindi galing sa atin, di ba? Sayang din yun, parang may konting referral fee. And then yung fund na yun, gagamitin natin sa pag-educate din for further artists sa defund.near. Yun yung wallet ng Near Philippines, Near Protocol Philippines, yun. Just in case you want to apply. But again, Paras has to maintain its quality of artists and art. Kasi if they were to lower their standards, for example, according to their own talagang parameters, then that's gonna lose their brand, diba? They have to maintain a certain brand. But again, guys, Paras is not the only platform sa blockchain or sa Near Protocol. We're gonna show you later on as you stay with us here yung other opportunities as digital artists and maybe traditional artists. Okay. Yeah, Binance.com, right, correct. Si Kuranay, how can they join Paras, traditional artists? Medyo matagal-tagal siyang proseso unless you have your own, not necessarily, because Ricky, the owner of Paras, told me na may kaibigan akong traditional artist siya, pero talagang may portfolio na siya. Then, nagustuhan ni Ricky, yung owner ng Paras, yung kanyang portfolio. Pero, tuturuan din daw siya on how to do it. So again, everyone has hope here when it comes to be you a digital artist or especially traditional artist. Just stick with us here. We're going to update you and enable you and educate you and even advise you on what to do in the best way possible based on your situation. Para lang na ma-onboard kayo sa blockchain in whatever way possible. So just stick with us. We've got about 6 more minutes before the formal session is done. But to those who would like to stay for another few minutes, like 15 more minutes, I'm willing to stay here with you guys. And ano ba? What else? By the way, also we're going to conduct, aside from our AMAs, we're going to conduct some workshop, which means na may theme tayo every week. Then if you can produce your output, then that's on your part. You can sell it on others. Yun lang, may may tema tayo. You can post your theme this week sa ating Facebook page. Jen, andyan na sila sa Facebook page, di ba? They can post their output on our Facebook page just to showcase their output.
Yes, and also on the group. So those who are not, you haven't joined the group, please join so that you can post your artworks there.
Yeah. By the way, yung theme natin this week is called your hero. Who's your hero? Okay. So if you don't have any inspiration yet for this week for your creation, kasi di ba as artist, dapat daily meron kang muse, di ba? Kasi, right, I'm reading books on arts then. So may mga rituals yung mga artists. Maybe some others would like to meditate first on what to draw. But this week our theme is hero. Who is your personal hero? not just a superhero, but maybe it's your mom or your uncle or your teacher back in high school. You can make a character out of him. Rev, what's the name of the group and what site is it in? Korenay, please, palihog kung ay Tagal, ano tayo, Bisaya tayo dito. If you can put on the chat yung lahat nating mga handles. Follow us on Twitter. Wala pa tayong TikTok kasi. Facebook page for now and our Telegram. Please put it there. What was I gonna say? Yeah. So our theme for this week is who's your hero? Okay. So you can start drawing who your hero is. Those who are having some creative blocks, you can start again. If your creative block is kinakalawang, this week before Sunday ends, we expect from you to post on our Facebook page yung latest na creation nyo based on who your hero is. Whether your hero is what, cow and chicken, or what, Yogi Bear, or kung sino pa. It doesn't even have to be a person or an animal, maybe a concept or an idea. Guys, can we rely on that? Like, you're doing art anyways, but this week, if you can, as a gesture of maybe your appreciation for this opportunity, or somehow, we don't want to get your arts, by the way. You can still sell it on others. Can I get a thumbs up for those who would like to maybe show their creation on our Facebook page? Just put your art there, okay? Who's your hero, right? Whether that's your tita who looked after you when your mom went abroad, just to inspire us, in whatever way. Maybe if it's not digital art, maybe you take a photo of your paper art, kahit nasa notebook pa yan, Kasi later on sa mga project natin, kahit ako nga mag-output din kahit pangit, yung parang stick figure lang. Basta makastart lang tayo, guys. Kasi we would like you to continue.
Kasali ako sa noodles.
Oh, di ba?
Yep.
Yeah, sali si Jen, di ba? Yeah. So, yung gagawin ko na lang is yung pinakapangit na art yung sa akin.
Ako na rin sa sud.
Ha? Ano yan? Yeah, guys, Rev, di ko sure kung masunod ko yung theme. May list na ako sa sketches, illustration Okay lang. So here's the thing. If you cannot draw something within this week until Sunday based on our theme, still post your output this week, okay? Again, the point here is to encourage you to produce once a week for our session. If you cannot think of any, like si Rev, for example, meron na siyang list, right? May idea na siya. So he can post whatever he wants. But to those who don't have an idea, we have a theme every week para lang may idea kayo kung ano yung i-draw. Do you guys think it's Sunday ba yung deadline natin, or Wednesday before tayo mag-meeting ulit para may 1 week pa kayo? Si Daniel, yes. Event na naman, by the way, merong sariling. Is Sunday okay, or do you think Wednesday okay? Para lang by Wednesday ma-compile na natin. Then pagka Thursday, pwede natin i-showcase yung mga arts. What do you guys think? Wednesday. Parang sa mga procrastinator dyan, nagpo-procrastinate Wednesday nung sabi nila, si Ryzen, Sunday is okay, baka dami na tong collect. Yeah. But Wednesday, I think Wednesday would be nice because Thursday tayo ngayon Thursday tayo ngayon, we give everyone like a 6-day period. Kahit ako nga, magpuput din ako ng art ko in whatever way I can. No, my hero. Maybe you're gonna know who my hero is, right? And then your theme song is When Then a Hero Comes Along with the Strength. May kanta pa, may lore. Kumbaga. So I guess that, sino tumawa? Rich, bakit tumawa ka? Paparusahan kita mamaya. Guys, it's already 10 o'clock. We would like to respect the time, although Filipino time tayo. Si John Mart tumawa din. Minus points yan. Guys, we appreciate your time. We would like to respect and show courtesy to those who would like to jump off. But to those who would like to still do the after party with us here, you can still stay for about 15 minutes more just to have some networking, some discussions, maybe some other questions. But to those who cannot, you can just post the questions on our messenger group. If you can still join our messenger or our telegram, you can ask some questions there as well. Okay. By the way, if you join our telegram, guys, what, by the way, if you don't, if okay, there's another opportunity to earning near crypto. Okay. Who would like to share? Kurenai, please share with them this opportunity in their crowd just a little bit before they jump off.
Yes. So this opportunity is called a near crowd. So it's doing simple tasks. So I'm gonna show you my screen. Hold on.
Mhm. Nice. This is another sideline, guys.
So this, as you can see, this is my screen. So you'll just have to, yeah, like this. So you just have to make simple descriptions of these pictures. So there are instructions. You just have to, understand and read everything, and it's so easy. You can type. When you do the task, you have the opportunity to write or describe the picture. You can also be a reviewer. So if you're gonna be a reviewer, you have to um, correct or review the work. So like this, you have to make sure that everything is correct, everything is on the picture, factual, like that. So then submit the task. So after it's so easy, and it takes only a few minutes of your time. So then you will earn. So yeah, I have here 7 tasks, pending reviews, and rewards. So
Okay.
it's so easy and simple, and you can invite your friends. We have here a group chat, if you can see here. Ang dami ng mga Pinoy, as in super bubbly yung group chat. Oo, super ingay kasi ang dami-dami na talagang Pinoy na nagjo-join. So, and it's really, really easy then. So if you can join our Telegram group, that would be really nice.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Jen Kurenai, aka Kurenai. By the way, guys, although there's an opportunity with near crowd in explaining, that's just a sideline for you. But what we'd like you to do is really to stick to your craft, which is your visual art. Okay. But of course, if you can do both, why not, right? It's not an either or, but an and. It's a win-win anyways, right? Like kung gusto mong kabihin lahat, why not? You can do it. And then you can earn in near then. Then you can liquidate it in whatever way you want. After all, we're all in pandemic here. Wala tayong jobs, di ba? So more income. Yes, Daniel, tama, more income. But if you'd like to learn more about blockchain, follow us on our YouTube, subscribe, like our videos there. What else?
Twitter, natin,
Twitter,
for updates and
yeah,
possible
Medium.
opportunities.
Yeah. And then every Thursday we're gonna have this 9 to 10. If we have no like next Thursday, kung walang mga questions, then we proceed with our art. Like, okay, we have a silent period for like 15 minutes. We just proceed with our art and then show each other. Just an accountability partners, guys. Because artists can sometimes be moody, right? But tayo mga artists kasi mga moody tayo eh. Like, I'm not in the mood of like making, but at least if we have a Thursday meet, right? Thumbs up sa mga artist na nag-agree na minsan moody tayo kasi medyo emotional, mga intuitive tayo, di ba? Thumbs up kung sino nag-agree. Okay, makarelate. All right, makarelate. But we need to have a discipline then. So at least yung structure natin every Thursday, an art block sometimes. Yes, art block. I would encourage you to read Stephen Presley's book, The War of Art. He discusses there how to discipline yourself and really put out the work. Kasi may tinatawag siyang enemy na tinatawag na resistance. Ito yung resistance na parang it's so deceptive na parang, wag na muna ngayon. May dami ka pang labahin. Okay, punta ka muna doon, mag-shopping ka. Pero at the end of the day, yung resistance na yun, parang tinraidor ka na hindi mo nagawa yung art mo. Parang hindi mo in-honor sa'yo yung inspiration na galing sa'yo, and then you miss that opportunity right there. So we're gonna discuss the very depressing time. Yes, of course, right? Burnout, Dustman podcast. Yes, tama yun, tama. So yun. Ang meeting natin every Thursday is sort of an AMA, which means ask me anything. Then we answer as much as we can. But also it's a workshop in a sense na gagawa tayo, parang accountability period siya na Okay, ito yung theme natin na next month. Okay, comedy. So we draw comedy kung wala kang idea, but kung may idea ka, then you still draw. And then you post it on our Facebook page there. We have our deadlines every Wednesday, but if you can send it by Friday or Saturday or Sunday or Monday or Tuesday, even better. Okay? Well, sabihin mo yung events natin, yung may magja-judge. Well, with the judging though, I'm not sure about that yet because we're still planning our events in 3 months. We're gonna show all the exhibited arts there, and we're gonna have some prizes in one way or another, be they pera or not pera na money. Well, it could be money as well, or bayong, or manok, or whatever, barter, maybe itlog, or some other forms na valuable din, or recognition, or plaque, depende. So, or Wacom daw sabi ni Daniel, pwede, kung depende guys, kasi may magsusponsor din siguro ng mga events natin. Maybe if they can provide some Wacom na hardware, no? Or a free license of a software. Yeah, we don't really know. We cannot overpromise, but we're not closing the doors then. Anyways, the point is just continue doing your art. What's the benefit of being with us? Wala naman, parang waste of time lang actually. Thank you for wasting your time with us. Okay? No, joke lang. The benefit for you is to get yourself educated about the blockchain technology, and then this how revolutionizes the art world na may forever royalty. You can still do your art, you can still sell them in whatever way you can, but just post also your portfolio on our Facebook page, kasi kung may makakita na magwa-whitelist, then they can like it and maybe they can onboard you on their platforms. Okay, kasi lahat naman tayo may mga talents eh. So sabi ni Daniel, I've suffered 2 years and counting using mouse. I'm not sure what that means. Could you expound in English? Joke lang. Okay, guys, feel free to jump off dun sa may mga commitments pa, yung matutulog pa kasi teenager pa, basta kailangan pang tumangkad, pwede na. But if you like to stay and waste more time with us here, then that's okay as well. I hope you have learned something. Just follow us again. We'll be expecting your art Wednesday, the latest. Para lang accountability kasi ang daming mga art blocks, mga fear of judgment, fear of failure. Sometimes, di ba, fear of failure. Ano ba gusto ko? Perfectionism. Kailangan maging perfect yung art ko kaya hindi ako magsa-start. Like, I wait for 2 years before it happens. And before you know it, you're too old. Rosario Lopez, thank you for sharing. Sure, it's our pleasure. I mean, it's a pleasure. Yeah, it's not pressure then and pleasure at the same time, because it's a responsibility din to share with you guys. For those who have commitments or need to leave, yeah, okay. But again, si Paras kasi, if you want to join Paras, they need also to know whether you are so serious of an artist. That's why kailangan nila makita yung portfolio nyo. They don't want to just have someone who just overnight like decided, oh, I want to be an artist. No, they've got to see your track record first, and whether your kind of art is something that they can put on their platform for their collectors. All right. What else? Is there any other concerns and clarifications that you might need? You can put it on the chat. Also, you can ask us dun sa Facebook group, and don't expect to receive an answer right away, because we're not full-time with Near Protocol. Actually, this is our part-time community actually. So yun lang. We answer them as soon as we can. We have our other commitments and responsibilities then, like Andy has his own full-time job, Rich has his own full-time student, being a student. Jen is also having her other commitments and projects. And thank you guys, everyone, by the way. We're gonna post this on our YouTube channel for those who cannot attend. Okay, what else? Any more questions? Is Paras only focused on cards? Aim ko kasi, what's your aim? Makapag-illustrate sa mga card game like MTG, My Edge, ba ako? Andy, would you like to address that?
Yes,
Si Rev?
Paras, unlike yung ibang NFT marketplaces, si Paras only focused dun sa digital cards. So parang yung ratio nila actually is closest to the yung sinunod talaga nila yung ratio, yung 64 by 89 ratio. Parang parang real life card ratio siya. So yes, you might have an edge kung mahilig ka makipag-illustrate sa mga card game. Yeah, pwede talaga.
Pwede. We have 3 minutes more before we officially destroy this.
I think si Cloudsy, she has a question. Are there any
Cloudsy has a
chances?
question. What's your question, my dear? Are there
Yeah.
any chances that will interview you or hindi naman po? Have you ever done? Well, no. I guess that because there's okay, Cloudsy, or I'm addressing your question to the best of my ability. They are receiving tons and tons of applications from artists all over the world, and I'm not pretty sure if they can have the time to really interview. But I guess that they just see the work and then decide right there and then, because it's a visually oriented industry, right? I think they're not really that strict to the point of interviewing someone when it comes to their personality. But I think the art or your craft itself, your output, speaks for itself. That makes sense, Cloudsy? Why are you shy, Ba? If you want to be interviewed, I guess you're the only one who spoke tonight. I think you're not that shy, are you? What was that? Yeah. All right, Cloudsy. Yeah, welcome. I-Chan, is it okay if yung art namin is inspired by existing character but with our own style? Of course. Like, I think so, yeah.
Additional answer lang dun sa kay I-Chan. It's okay yung art namin is inspired. Technically, it's okay, especially yung fan arts of existing characters. But I'd suggest that you be careful around yung mga... Kasi there was one instance, no, na there was this artist, he posted some artwork na Disney related. And si Disney, as you might know, na they're very strict on their copyright. So, although hindi naman siya na fine or anything or na ban from the platform, parang the community kind of complained kasi they have a Discord community si Paras, and so if you check, there was that instance, no, nakita nila na he was posting some Disney related characters. So parang sabi nila, parang di yan pwede kasi si Disney meron siyang copyright claims. And so yeah, I guess just be careful around using existing characters, na especially yung mga well-known ones, in your art style or in your art.
Maybe a version of it, but not like almost like exact na parang obvious na Shrek talaga, halimbawa. So yeah, that's good. Andy, there kapag hindi na accept yung application, pwede mag-apply uli later on, right?
Yeah, pwede.
Keep on knocking. Never give up, right? Ano sabi doon? Walang surrender. Just still, guys, again, just keep doing your arts and then apply in other areas. Again, Paras is not the only platform, we're telling you. We're gonna show you sometime later on, maybe next month. Kasi dumadami yung mga platforms. Nell Rickson, I want to ask po if the art should be exclusively made for Paras.
Not necessarily. Yeah, you can basically, Paras allows you to post any of your artwork as long as pasok siya sa dimensions, of course.
Yeah.
Nila, which is a digital card dimensions. Again, yung ratio nila is 64 by 89.
Okay. Andy, there's a question here. Do outputs must have watermark logo before uploading on Paras? You can talk about the smart contract, the uniqueness.
Watermark, logo. Yung ibang artist meron, yung ibang artist wala naman. But I suggest if you want to be more known, or your work to stand out, or to, para it's easier for people to find you, I guess you can put your watermark dun sa ilalim ng card or wherever.
Pero hindi pwedeng literal na tubig kasi digital yun eh. De, joke lang. Watermark. I guess that if they understand the underpinnings of the smart contract and the blockchain technology when it comes to not duplicating it, right? Maybe they don't understand that yet. Later on, they might be able to understand.
Yeah. Also, just a heads up pala guys, no? Everything you do, kasi it's on a blockchain eh. Blockchains are very open, immutable yung info nila. So whatever you put in there will be seen by everybody. Talaga. They can't check it. So just be mindful of what you put on the blockchain, kasi once it's there, di mo na siya you can't take it back na. You can't erase it.
It's indelible, immutable.
Yeah, that's what makes blockchain so secure. That they're
Right.
very once it's there, once a piece of information is there or is put on the blockchain, andyan na siya. You cannot erase it.
Yeah. This is the reason why sometimes if it's not blockchain, then it's centralized platform. They can take away your IP, di ba? Wala kang habol doon. But sa blockchain, it's your creation, it's yours forever. The royalty is there, it's perpetual, and it's passive income. Yun yung advantage, which we will discuss some other time then as we educate them. Correct, Andy?
Yes.
Yeah. So Rev, maybe we'll extend for another like 5 more minutes, guys, because it's getting late. But I'm sure that since this is our first time, we have tons of questions. Some other time later on, ma-address natin yan. Is Paras more concerned on quality than quantity? Konti lang kasi ang nasa ArtStation ko eh.
Is he talking about yung whitelisting? Rev, are you talking about yung whitelisting process kapag nag-check na sila ng artwork? Yes, okay. For me, when I applied, I only presented 5 artwork and inaccept na ako. So, I guess siguro quality-wise, yes. Quantity, not necessarily. As long as they see na quality-wise, it's pretty good na. Or pasok sa kanilang standards, then you're good.
Yeah. Miss Jen, where can they post their questions na we can answer every afternoon? Facebook group ba? Okay na yon? That would suffice.
Yes, you can post all your questions to the messenger, or if you want your questions to be posted on the group, pwede din kasi baka may ibang tao na makaka-answer doon, or yung parang may thread lang na hindi nawawala. So yes, whichever you like, yeah, just give us a heads up.
Kasi minsan pag messenger natatabunan, di ba, sa taas.
Oo. Kailangan mo i-copy paste na naman.
Right. Meron bang traditional artist dito? Please, taas ng paa. Sino yung traditional artist? Ai-chan. No, yung hindi digital talaga, yung hindi pa nakatry ng digital. As in like offline talaga. Ryzen, Jason, and Ai-chan, are you saying na wala kayong digital software? Ai-chan? As in talagang analog talaga? You've never created something digital? Konti. Okay, konti. Okay. All right. Kasi ako yung digital art ko, yung pen lang So ngayon. So ito yung output ko ngayon, yan yung hero ko, stick figure lang. Yung point lang there, guys, is every Thursday or every week, if we can put our creation, whatever that is, no one will judge it. Okay? Yung importante, meron tayong output. The quantity, the regularity, and the consistency is better. Kasi alam mo naman tayong mga artists, di ba? Moody tayo. We're perfectionists. And then 2 months passed, hindi pa tayo nakagawa because of analysis paralysis. Right? So, I guess there wouldn't be any problems, I-Chan. So yeah, that's it. Would there be anything else? Ask more questions. We have about a couple of more minutes before we destroy. It's like Mission Impossible, diba? This message will self-destruct in 2 minutes. Would there be any other questions that we would like to ask, and we can talk about it? Keith, Cloud C, Tiffany, Rev, Jason, who else? Nell, Ryzen, Bevs. Any other concerns you might want to have addressed by us? It's getting light. Oh, Andy, just a question. Open po ba si Paras
Open
for
po ba si Paras
NSW?
for NSW? Interesting question po yan. So far, I have not seen any NSFW work on Paras. So, siguro, maybe they're censoring it or, yeah. So far, walang NSFW. So, I guess if that's your art style, baka, I guess you can try, pero yeah, it's not. I cannot guarantee na papasok siya. So just letting you know.
So what does that mean, by the way? I'm quite novice in NSFW. Yung ba yung ano?
Just NSFW can mean like, yeah, parang, in other words, parang rated, you know.
Okay,
Yung mga
rated.
naked artwork,
rated.
Okay.
that.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's the truth, really. It's the naked truth, right? It's yung ubad na katotohanan. Yeah. So again, each one, it's the naked truth. Yung hubad na katotohanan, yung sinasabi namin sa inyo. Not safe for work. Yes, not safe for work. We got 1 more minute before we destroy this. What do you call it? I'm losing words. Matutulog muna ako, then gisingin nyo lang ako pag meron ng question. Cloud C, so if there's none, I guess when we hit 10:25, that's it.
Thank you po.
Can we sell the same artwork outside Paras? Can we show the same artwork as for portfolio purposes? Andy?
Yes, actually, Paras is not the only NFT marketplace. Actually, compared to other NFT marketplace, Paras is relatively new. The reason why we're promoting this is kasi it's built on top of Near. But if you can check, if you could do your research, actually there's a lot of NFT marketplaces out there. Yung pinaka-famous, I think, is OpenSea. I'll type it on OpenSea. You can check that at Rarible. I think you're familiar with those. Some of you are familiar with those naman. You can check at there's a lot of parang saturated talaga yung market.
Right, but the problem is because it's on Ethereum, just to mint an art will cost them an arm and a leg, like $200 sometimes.
Sobrang mahal mag-mint on those platforms. It can even cost you $100 kapag in gas fees, in transaction fees.
Pero kay Near, how much? Yeah,
very little.
5 piso.
Yeah, that's why Paras is a very good marketplace to mint on kasi the fees are very low.
Yeah, they're gonna learn about gas fees anyways. Again, also we're an educational guild here. That's why we're putting out content. You can check the artist interview there on Paras on our YouTube channel. And again, guys, follow us on all social media. So it's 10:25, everyone, ladies and gentlemen, ladies and germs. Thank you very much. Oh, Cloudsy, thank you for the orientation. You're welcome, my dear. We hope to see you some other time. That's next week. And we look forward to seeing your art by Wednesday. If that's arigato, thanks. Daijoubu desu. Arigato gozaimasu. Salamat. All right. Thank you. So we'll do a countdown. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Thank you, Andy. Thank you, Ryzen, I-Chan.
Thank you,
Jill, Cloud C, Tiffany, Jason, Rev,
Thank you, guys.
Bevs. And who would like to thank me?